That's right. What you see in the middle of your screen is no joke. That actually is Godzilla, the statue. And we are here in Yurakucho, and I am joined with Paolo from Tokyo.
What's up,
How you doing, Paolo?
I'm doing good.
Good,
Yeah.
good. So we're gonna take in a tour around Hibiya here and then move into the Hibiya Park on one of the worst days of the year. It's not that bad, actually. It's a lot cooler. Tokyo is usually like a sauna in July. You've got on a sweatshirt.
Yeah, it's actually pretty warm. I'm like almost sweating.
Really?
Yeah, maybe because it's a live stream.
It's a live stream. Now, Paolo's a little bit nervous, and we've got some water on the lens. So don't worry about it, everybody. We're just gonna have some fun and walk now towards the park. Again, this Godzilla, you can find it in Hibiya, across from the Tokyo Midtown Hibiya building, which is brand new. Now, the theme of this is very interesting. A lot of you may not know that Paolo has been in Japan for
More than 15 years.
15 years. So you're about 6 years after I'd gotten here. So what does that make it? 2002? 2003?
Well, no, actually, I got here in 2002, so like
2002.
17 years almost.
Almost 17 years. That's a very long time.
Very, very long time.
So that puts him in the experience checklist, right?
Very, very experienced.
Good. Paolo's channel is also called Paolo from Tokyo.
Yep.
And you do content that is... How would you describe your channel?
So basically, the channel focuses on what to see, what to do, and what to eat in Tokyo, as well as throughout Japan.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've been watching more and more of his stuff because he's now featuring like a day in the life, which I thought is a pretty good way to highlight Japan in a different way. And the last one you did was on salarymen?
Yeah, the last one was a day in the life of a salaryman, from when he wakes up in the morning all the way until he goes to sleep at night.
That's cool. It's not a pleasant life, is it? I don't know.
I don't know. You know, the guy, Makoto, was actually pretty happy with his life. So I think, you know, it really depends on the person and what you aspire to like do and what your goals are. You know, sometimes people are just happy living that life.
Yeah. Is that something you ever wanted to do? Have you ever worked in a Japanese corporation or company?
No, I mean, when I first came to Japan, I interned, well, I went to university, 4th year, but then I interned at a IT firm.
Okay.
And from there I got my visa and I ended up staying. And I worked the same hours as Makoto, so believe it or not, I live that grind just like him.
Speaking of grind, I think we can make this light. Oh, we can totally make this, and there's a police box on the end of it. Run like a man! Okay. Very nice.
Oh wow, they have a wedding.
Oh, look at this! Oh, this is beautiful. All right, they're on a public street, so this makes this... Look how beautiful this is. This is very nice. It's not the best weather for this. Are they trying to get a shot with the Shinkansen in the background? It's pretty nice.
They have 4 different cameras.
Yeah.
They're making a video.
Welcome to Hibiya Park. This is... Oh, do we want to take this path?
I think it's...
No. Let's take the other path here.
Yeah.
All right. What? They're stalking you. They're onto you, man.
They are. Maybe they can join the live stream.
They are joined.
They are.
That's all right.
Yep.
Are we in their way or are they in our way?
I think we are just ahead of them, so I think we're okay.
Da,
Look at that. He has almost like a...
He's a
super
pro.
handle.
Yeah, he's got that.
Have you ever used one of those?
Yeah.
I've
It
never
makes it
used
real
one.
steady. Makes it real steady. So Hibiya Park is a really scenic place. I like it in the rain. You can notice Paolo has an umbrella. I go without an umbrella. It takes a lot for me to want to take out an umbrella because I love getting wet. Born wet, true story. So the question is, Paolo,
Yes.
Japan fatigue. It only takes 4 minutes for us to get into this because Godzilla distracted us, let's be honest.
Yeah.
He could take the city down at any time. I don't know. We've both been here over 15 years. Was there any time that you felt like, man, this place might not be for me? Be honest.
No, to be honest with you, I've always kind of found an adventure in everything I do in Japan. When I came here, I like had to figure out a way to stay, and then ever since then, it's always been, what's the next thing that will keep me interested? And I really haven't had that fatigue like a lot of people, and I would say that a lot of people will say, hey, I want to go home, I want to like go back to my home country, but for me, I've actually just enjoyed being here and finding the next thing that I'm interested in Japan.
Yeah, it's for me as well, but I did feel fatigue.
Yeah, what kind of fatigue?
Right after this message from Photo Luke Hawaii. Hey, John and Paolo, have a snack on me, guys. Two of my favorite YouTubers aside from Peter. Austin, put your parents into gear. What's going on here? What do they mean? Mix V here. I'm just kidding. We love PVG. Very nice to see a stream between you and Paolo. Paolo was a little bit nervous. Yeah. We can stop for a second. He was a little bit nervous about that.
Yeah, no, to be honest, I don't. Well, you guys know if you ever watched my channel, I don't do any live streams because I prefer to edit out my videos to kind of make it so that it's short and cut and everything is, how do you say, presentable?
Presentable.
Yeah.
Guess what? We're not cutting any of this. This is all gold. Right there is a really beautiful little tea house. This is probably where the wedding reception is being held. You can reserve these places. The one over here on the left is a place that I like to come to. I shouldn't tell you because these are all top secret places, but Kanai and I have been known to come here and drink a coffee. Almost always available in the after lunchtime. Nobody sits outside underneath the trees here. Even though it's raining, it is a pretty nice place. Back to the question. So, Japan fatigued. I said that I have felt fatigued before.
Yep.
I think it had to do with the fact that when I first came here, I didn't speak the language very well. Has that ever been a problem for you? And I did not live in Tokyo for all those years.
Yeah.
I moved here 7 years after I'd been living in Japan.
So,
There they are again. They're behind us again.
oh, wow.
Oh, omedetou.
Hello.
Yeah, so we've been living in Japan for, are they going this way or this way? Okay, let's get,
Yeah.
all right, I want to get out of their way. I don't want to, the name of this stream has now changed to, they're getting married, not us getting fatigued. No, they're still behind us. What? They're following us more.
I thought we should have
How
taken a left.
do we shake them? She has a dress on, she's catching up. What does it say about our walking skills?
Oh, the
Are they still
cameraman-
coming this way?
No, they're going around. We're good.
Okay.
We're good.
We're good. Okay, I'm just gonna. Honestly, we did not pick this course to disrupt their marriage. I'm very sorry, and omedetou again, once again. That means congratulations. Okay, I did feel exhaustion, a little bit of, I don't know, like should I be here? Because maybe I was living in the countryside, I didn't speak the language, I didn't make a lot of friends out in the countryside. Maybe living in Tokyo is different.
Yeah, so I've lived in Tokyo my entire time I've been in Japan.
Wow, city guy.
City guy. I love the city, and I think that's the thing is you always are meeting new people all the time, and so I've gone through a lot of different sets of friends being here in Tokyo, and depending on what activities I'm in, whether it be basketball or snowboarding or just going out and drinking with friends, like you find like different groups and different pockets, and then you get to kind of experience it. So like I've always been able to find friends really easily in Tokyo. So
No, with your personality?
no, yeah.
I'm just kidding. I think it is. That's a very, very key part of living abroad anywhere. The ability to make friends and to have a group of people that you can talk to when you do feel a little bit down. Being an expat it's different here because everything is different. The way you live, the food, the diet, the way that people, communicate, walk, live. And that can be quite a shock. And then after the newness of living in a certain country wears off for a lot of people, we get something in Japan called the 6-month blues, where, wow, I'm in Japan, sort of goes off. That's what they called it 20 years ago, the 6-month blues.
Yeah, I don't know if I had that.
No?
I think for me, it was always just finding more friends and hanging out with different types of people. When I would get bored of doing something, then I would like get myself into something else. So I think the most important thing to avoid the 6-month blues is to find something that you love in the country. And also I think work helps because I did work my ass off.
Yeah.
I still work my ass off, but
He does. Maybe harder than me.
yeah, well, I don't know about that. But all I'm saying is if you have you know, you have friends and you have a job. That's a lot to handle, and you do not get bored in Tokyo.
Staying busy is important no matter where you live. I think if you're busy, all the little things that you get upset about, frustrated with, don't make any sense. Konnichiwa. So it doesn't really annoy you anymore because you're busy. You don't have time to worry about anything, right? You can't really look back. I was gonna sit here, but my rear's gonna get wet. So actually, Paolo, we did buy something, didn't we?
We got some beers.
We got some beers. He bought lunch. I bought the beers. All right. I don't know if how bad is this? I don't mind.
Here you go.
All right. You can sit on the bag maybe.
I'm good.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. We gotta get the. Oh wait. All right. First we gotta open it. All right. Let's open this one.
I'm open it for you.
It's okay. I got it. All right. An afternoon beer. This is brought to all of you guys. Kanpai. Cheers. Welcome to Tokyo, 17 years late. It's turning into a nice day.
So what you guys might not know about Hibiya Park is this area is really primed for Oktoberfest. They have some good, they have some stalls that come here during that time in the summer. I think it's coming up, right?
They just had the Belgian beer weekend last week.
Was it? Okay.
And they do Oktoberfest more than once.
Yeah.
Like 3 times a year.
Okay.
I guess because it's like $15 a beer. I think you can only go there once.
Yeah.
I actually don't tell the organizers, but I will go to that convenience store where we bought these, and I might actually refill the glasses with outside beer.
Yeah. Did you ever keep the glass, or do you return the glass?
I always return the glass because you got to pay for it. It's $15 deposit or something.
But it is a good time if you guys are over here around that time.
Yeah, it's a good time. Now the fatigue is so we're kind of helping some people who might have questions about this. Tokyo, living here in Tokyo, the city itself has changed quite a bit over the last 16 years. Yeah. What are some of the things that you've noticed that have made this more home? That's an easy one. I'm giving you softballs.
What has made it home? Well, my wife is here now, so
yeah, right. We're both married.
So I think, it just goes back to friends and family. If you can establish a strong network here, then it just feels like home. It actually feels more like home than, back in the States where my family is right now. So
are you like me? When you go home, you'll get on the telephone, you start bowing and all these little things we learn in Japan from being here most of the year. When we go back home, that's when I have the most culture shock.
Yeah, so what's actually interesting is I went back just a few months ago, and I was in a restaurant, and apparently you're not supposed to sumimasen, or you're not supposed to raise your hand to call them, because it's very, very rude over there. And I caught myself trying to scream and say, hey, come over here.
Service.
Yeah, service. So I will actually be doing a video on that coming up soon. The next week or two should be out on my channel.
Very cool. I met Paolo about last year sometime.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and then we did an event at the YouTube space. Yeah, and since then we catch up every now and then. The YouTubers come over here. So the YouTubers, a lot of the people know each other. We have a little community here going on, and sometimes we'll meet up just to talk about things that we can do a little bit better. Maybe some of the topics, maybe help each other. Because that's what we do. And Paolo is one of the other freelancers here that's making content and doing a really good job. Your channel's killing it lately. Do you have any advice for how to make a killer channel? I don't know. Well, people ask me all the time. I don't know what to say. No, it's work hard.
It's been years in the making, but I think at the end of the day, you have to find something that you love and that you're interested in, because you won't actually put in the time to do something that you don't like or you don't want to do. So you got to find something that you love.
When it comes to fatigue in Japan, I don't think we're ever going to experience that. I think we've made a commitment to stay here.
Yeah.
And this is the number one thing. If you're thinking to be an expat here and live in Japan, unless you have made that commitment to stay here, I think it's very hard to find a job, because a lot of Japanese employers and clients, if you're a freelancer, will always worry in the back of the mind that you will leave. Yeah. And, can we work with this guy? Is he going to be here long enough? I've had my own business in Japan since 2005.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm pretty established, and I think you've been here now for 17 years, so it's easier for us to get clients. Thanks, David. It's easier for us to get clients and to find work because we've been here for so long. But if you're new to Japan, it's a little bit different. You have to work harder, I think. But what Paolo says really is the same recipe that I've had. Stay busy. You never really go into a sad zone.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. When I lived in Fukushima in Iwaki in the year 1999 and 2000,
Yeah.
there were times where I would sit in my apartment after working on the weekend, and I'd be by myself alone, and I was quite bored and a little bit lonely. My girlfriend was living in Chiba, and she'd have to come up, and she didn't come every other weekends, and I was like, what am I doing here? And that just happens because I wasn't busy. I didn't have anything else to do on the weekends, and I didn't have enough friends around me.
Yeah.
So your ability to speak Japanese is really important to make connections and friends with Japanese in your community.
Yep. I agree.
So you can't just rely on the expats, the other foreigners, right?
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, you just gotta find something that you love, and whatever, if it's YouTube or if it's just your personal life, if you find that love, then it's easy to just enjoy what you're doing.
Right.
You won't feel like you want to go home because you're actually already here.
I miss my mom sometimes.
Well, you got Skype for that.
That's true. We got FaceTime and Skype now. We didn't have this in 1999, 1998 when I came here. Keeping in touch with your family back home was really, really hard. It was not something, I mean, a phone call for 1 minute was like 120 yen to the US.
Yeah.
Using the telephone cards I would get at the convenience stores, and they were 1,000 yen, and I would go through them like candy. And I don't eat a lot of candy now, but back then. So communication's gotten a lot easier. The world has gotten a lot smaller. And okay, here is it, Goku95. Hey, John, Paolo. Actually, yes, watch Paolo's video yesterday. Very interesting. Nice to see both together. Which video did you watch, Goku? I'm not asking for another super chat. You don't have to see it. What video did you watch? I want to. If you've watched any of Paolo's videos, which ones did you like? Or if you have any questions for him, by all means, ask away. We've got Paolo for another couple of minutes because I have another appointment.
The one thing I've noticed, the difference is credit cards. Have you noticed, like when I first came here?
Yeah.
Nowhere like accepted credit cards. Maybe like nice restaurants, but now convenience stores actually accept it. Well, now, but when I first came here, none of them accepted it, and that's always been
right. Credit cards was, first of all, it's very hard to get in Japan. You couldn't get them. I'd applied when I first came, and now I still use my U.S. credit cards. But I don't know. You know what? I'm still old school. I use cash.
Yeah.
I pay for stuff with cash and get a receipt, or I'll use my debit card. I don't know. You can get in trouble with credit cards, and I know Rakuten's the easiest one to get for Westerners to get credit cards, I heard. Mm-hmm. But then I also heard another friend had somebody hijack their account. It was the Rakuten. The security is not as heavy on that card, so you have to be careful with credit cards. They do accept them a lot more here, but Japan is still sort of a cash culture, right?
Yeah, very much a cash culture, especially mom and pop restaurants.
Yeah.
Also, if you're having lunch at any like Teishoku place, a lot of them won't take credit cards.
His wife is adorable.
Yeah.
I'm reading the live stream. I told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of my wife, one of the things that makes my channel easier is we do it together. So I don't also get that, a lot of people will get burnout from doing a YouTube channel from like on their own.
Yeah.
But for me, we do it together. So a lot of that burnout that you would normally experience doesn't really happen because we kind of like motivate each other.
Yeah.
And all of our successes and our failures on videos, we kind of enjoy that together.
It's kind of like a memory too, you're recording, right?
Yeah, so she doesn't spend that much time on camera, but maybe in the future we'll have another channel where we'll like do more on her channel or on her life as well.
Has she ever thought of having her own YouTube channel, or does she?
She does have her own YouTube channel.
Plug it.
Yeah, she just started maybe a few months ago. It's called Maiko de Beauty. I think it's the day. It's from De Guzman, my last name, so Maiko de Beauty. Check it out.
Oh, nice. Good. I think I will.
Yeah.
I didn't put the link in the description to Paolo's channel, but if you search Paolo from Tokyo, we'll put the link in later on. We've been talking for a while about YouTube and some of the topics that are coming up. You're no longer exclusively here in Tokyo now, because my show has always been very national. I travel from the north to the south. You've been mostly in Tokyo because you're Paolo from Tokyo.
Yeah.
But that does not mean that you can only focus on Tokyo. You can go all over the country. You're just from Tokyo.
Yeah.
It's not of Tokyo.
Exactly. So now we're doing more videos outside of Tokyo. If you've noticed, we've gone to Kobe recently. We've gone to Kyoto. So we're starting to venture out into littler pockets of Japan. Well, Kyoto is not so little. But I think the idea is to kind of grow the channel and show more outside of Tokyo, but still also focus on some of the Tokyo stuff because I love Tokyo. And I'm going to continue doing Tokyo videos because I just love it so much.
I love Tokyo too, but I actually don't like Tokyo that much. I live here. I do this in my live stream. I'll like bring you to the side here because I got something to say. And I know that Paolo can hear me. I like Tokyo, but I got a love-hate relationship with this place. Tokyo is not Japan. Tokyo, well, you're Paolo from Tokyo, but Tokyo's not Japan. Tokyo is sort of the heart of Japan. A lot of this stuff it's a financial heart. It's a lot of stuff will start from here. But for me, the tradition, the culture, I'm more attracted to the countryside. But I think that reflects in our channels. I mean, it's not a bad thing. I think it just reflects in our channels and our styles. And the great thing about the community that we have here in Japan is every single Japan-based videographer or vlogger has their own style, I think.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, for me, I love Tokyo so much that there's just so much for me to share and do in Tokyo that, I mean, it's just, to me, it's endless content. And then now with the Day in the Life series, I'm trying to focus more on the people and their stories. And there's just so many to tell.
Yeah, I used to work, they call me every now and then on a show called Tokyo Eye, and we would go all over the city featuring places. They ran out of content, actually.
Really?
I couldn't believe it because they're going back. The one thing about Tokyo is that if you ever do a topic, 5 years later, if you do the same topic, it will have changed because the city moves at such a fast pace. A shop that was there 5 years ago probably isn't there anymore. In fact, we had lunch at a place I've been going to for like almost 20 years, and that guy's been working there for 20 years, but that's very rare in Tokyo. Actually, a lot of these places will come and go. Joshua writes in here, "Hi John and Paolo, awesome doing a live stream together. Keep up the great work. Love your videos." Thank you, Joshua. What do you think about that? I mean, you've been here long enough to see the city like change and change and change.
It's crazy. Like, I mean, I live in Shibuya, and if you've seen Shibuya in the last just 5 years,
it's crazy.
There's been so much. Like even around the station, they have the stream now. They have Hikarie, and there's just so many hotels that are coming up. And it is actually, I'll do a video on my like top 10 street food or my top 10 spots in a particular area in Tokyo. Within a year, some of the places are gone.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, my channel sees it, even within a year.
Where is it? I got people going to a place I featured in the live stream, a craft beer place overlooking the river. That went out of business 6 months ago, and I've been really sad about that. What happened to Sparrow's Pizza? That used to be in Shibuya, right? I think I had one slice, and I went back there to get another one, and it's gone. Yeah. Just like that. Going back to this Japan fatigue topic.
Wait, hold on 1 second.
All right, go ahead.
Speaking of, sorry to cut you off.
No,
One of the things I've noticed, have you noticed there's a lot of boba shops? There are so many that are coming up. I think they've realized how much money they make.
Yeah.
And they're just everywhere. Honestly, there's probably like 6 or 7 in Shibuya right now.
The bubble tea?
Yeah.
I read an article that the Yakuza, I don't even want to say it, the Y people, the mafia, the bad people, the good people. I don't want to say their names because they could be listening in the trees. They've been putting up pop-up shops and they make $25,000 a week with bubble tea shops because what does it cost? Like 80 cents for one drink, and they sell it for $5 a pop, and there's a line. It's crazy the amount of money you can make that. But that's Japan though. It's all about trends and hitting a trend. Next year, I don't think it's going to be a thing anymore. And they've been around for a long time. It just hits that trend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shibuya is such an interesting place because it is always changing. Is there a place that you would say is like your favorite? Because I got to be honest over here. Of all the places in Tokyo, Shibuya is the one I probably like the least because it's so crowded and young and it's kind of dirty. But I don't know. Maybe there's some good things about it. Maybe Paolo can help me with that. So what's so great about Shibuya?
I think Shibuya is kind of like a heat map for the rest of Tokyo to see kind of like what's popular, what's trending. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. You think Shibuya is dirty?
I did a 24 hours at Shibuya. There's a reason why Shibuya has more crows than anywhere else in the city. Just garbage. There's just so much. It's just, I don't know. I think maybe it's the younger people. It's the culture. A little bit more graffiti. It's a little grungy. Actually, when I first moved to Tokyo, it's an exciting place. You're attracted to it because of all that
it's not grungy,
energy.
It's
Character. Actually, yeah, that's a better way to say it. I was attracted to Shibuya when I first came here, and after about 2-3 years, I just get exhausted. And I prefer this area, Yurakucho. It's a little bit more laid back. Tokyo, Ginza, around Tokyo Station. It's
You like the quieter countryside areas.
I wouldn't say it like that. It's just, I think when I decided to live in Tokyo, the things that are high energy places, I don't need to live in. I think you'll find it hard to find New Yorkers who love Times Square. It's the same thing. I think it's hard to find Londoners that go, hey, let's go hang out at Piccadilly Circus. That doesn't really happen. I don't know too many French people that are like, let's go hang out at the Eiffel Tower, or I don't know. I just, for me, I like where I'm living on the river. I get to see my space boat and hang out with, different birds besides crows. Now, there's anything wrong with it. It's just a different, but you've been the whole time in Shibuya.
No. I was in Shibuya. I've been in Shibuya since I think 2010.
Okay.
But before that, I was living in Ebisu for a few years, and then before that, I was in Yotsuya, and then I initially came to Japan, and I was staying in Hirai, which is on the Sobu line.
Hirai, yeah, I know Hirai.
Yeah, so that's when I said, okay, I need to get out of this place. There's nothing here, and I want to go more. So I've like close.
I like Hirai. This is.
Yeah,
go
I've
ahead.
slowly made my way like closer and closer to the city.
Yeah, Hirai is near Shinkoiwa, and Koiwa. I love Koiwa Station. It's like this retro town where nothing has changed since the 1960s. It's a very Showa era kind of place.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a different kind of grunge. Shibuya is just, I don't know.
We have Yogi Park as well, which is nice.
You do have Yogi Park. Is it really nicer than this one? I don't know. For Philadelphia people, the Liberty Bell is here, by the way. Did another live stream on that last year.
We got a basketball court.
That's true. You got a basketball. We got a basketball court here, don't we? We got tennis courts, huh? Yeah. The luxury, the place of luxury, because across the street is the Imperial Hotel. That's where the Queen of England stayed when she came here like 50 years ago.
But one thing about Japan is to use these tennis courts, you have to reserve them, and they're not like in the U.S. at least. You can just go and just use the tennis court when you want. Here, you can't just bring your racket and ball and just start hitting balls.
Well, you could right here. There's a park guy probably yell at us, but you couldn't do that. Here's a map real quickly, guys, if you are interested in Hibiya Park, because we're gonna have to wrap this up. It's a nice place, and I think it's worth your time if you come to, and you're staying in Ginza or Yurakucho or Shimbashi. You might want to head over to Ginza, to Hibiya Park. They have a lot of activities, events going on here. Yeah. If you guys want me to extend this live stream for another couple of minutes, there's 900 people watching. You better hit the like button. If we can get the 500 likes in the next 2 minutes, we'll do it. We'll do a little bit more.
Yeah.
No, we might finish our beers. How's that? Did you finish yours?
I still got a little bit left.
All right. Wow, you're way ahead of me.
Yeah, you've been holding a gimbal.
I've been holding the gimbal. Reginald D-Zone writes in, visiting Japan next month from Sydney. Both channels were very helpful in planning where to go, especially the live streams. Paolo, make more food videos.
Yeah, you know what? It's been tough, man. It's like eating a lot of food is really not good for your health. But yeah, more food videos to come. Well, the beer is not good for your health either. So.
I didn't say that.
No, but you know, I eat 10 different things in one day. It's a lot of food.
That's true. That's why the food challenges are great. Try to put them all in front of you. All 10 things, just eat it right in one spot. And no. Food challenges, I usually fail, and they're so miserable that I get hundreds of thousands of people disliking the videos when I fail a food challenge. So pick your challenges carefully. Yeah.
I've yet to do a proper food challenge.
You're not missing anything. Yeah. You're not missing anything. Before we chime off here, I did have another question, but I've forgotten it. So Paolo, do you have any questions for me? You gotta put people on the spot. This is when amazing stuff happens.
Yeah. Where do you see your channel the next year?
in the next year? Well, with the Olympics coming, there might be a little bit more Tokyo stuff, but I think, yeah, I don't think it's going to be exclusive to Tokyo until the Olympics starts, but there might be a couple of things that I do with regards to the Olympics, and I'm setting that up now. I'm very attracted to the Paralympics, actually.
Okay.
I think that there's something really unique about the Paralympics because of the technology that Japan is famous for and how that's incorporated into the Paralympics for 2020 is the next generation of, and the robotics as well, is very interesting to me. I don't know, more stories, more volume, more episodes, a third channel, a merchandise store, more fan meetups. What about you?
Yeah, I don't know. I just decide on the day what to film.
Oh, really? No, you totally do not do that.
No, it really depends. There's a lot of kind of projects I want to take on personally. But I think a lot of it is my channel was too small and I couldn't actually get a lot of access to the stories I wanted to make. But you can see that my channel has grown a little bit. So now I can do like more day in the life videos. And then I can actually do kind of more focused videos on like specific
Oh, I spilled my beer.
No.
Oh my gosh, I spilled my beer. Oh, I didn't mean to. Oh, I did. Oh no. Oh, I lost her. But I'm finished before you. Cheers.
You can have my beer.
No. Whoops, sorry. I totally accidentally spilled it.
Yeah, no worries.
Damn. Did you ever think about getting into live streaming?
Not at this point, no. This has been probably one and only for the year, at least.
I have another meeting with a prefecture for a sponsor job. They're not gonna like. I'm gonna say, nice to meet you. I might have had a beer before this. It's gonna be a fun meeting. Do you still have the bag with you?
Yeah, I have the bag.
All right, ready for this. We are well below our 500 likes. Come on. Is that the best we can do?
I'll pour it out with you as well.
Well, we're giving to the nature, getting nature drunk. Well, we're so late. Okay, I'm gonna end this. This is on you. This is live streams are community fueled. It's social media. If we do not hit our target by the time we reach the end of the street, we're gonna just suddenly end this. There's 12 of you. Somebody unclick the like because of that. I'm not actually asking for likes. I'm telling you. No. This here is the Imperial Hotel. This is where Joe DiMaggio came with Marilyn Monroe on their honeymoon, if you can believe that. And there's some pictures inside of there that are really interesting. All right, we can extend this until the station.
All right.
I like the... Do you think you could ever get into this? Do you see why I like it now?
Yeah, it's nice. Everyone is like chatting and talking. I mean, I haven't read any of the comments. Hopefully they're positive.
Yeah. I don't read the comments if they're not positive. I kind of will see it and go, I take everything with a grain of salt or soy sauce. Both pretty good. When did Paolo come to Japan? I think we said that already. 2002.
September.
Yeah. Toby spilled my beer. It's a crow that I don't like. It's a long story, Paolo. Long story. Yeah, I do like the fact Paolo's videos are always very positive.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that too, and you focus on the good things about Japan, and I think that pays back because people are attracted to that kind of content.
Yeah, because I always see a lot of negativity on the internet and on YouTube, and I just try to, I don't need to put myself in that situation. I don't want to feed that negative energy.
Yeah. What is there any advice you would give to people that are thinking about living here and becoming expats in Japan? A lot of people dream of coming here. It's not easy.
Yeah.
You have to have the right visa and working visa, but any advice?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I came here as an exchange student in my 4th year, and then I had a plan to try to stay here. So when I was here, I started figuring out ways to try to stay here. And the way I did it was I found an internship with an IT firm so that I could stay here. And then when I was supposed to go back, they just offered me a visa so I could actually stay here and work in Japan.
Right.
So
it's all about staying in Japan is all about making enough money to support yourself. If you have contracts and can prove that you can support yourself, then you can continuously extend your visa.
Yeah.
We don't say renew it, but you can extend it,
Yeah.
and that's always a possibility. But you can't just come here and just stay. That makes you like illegal. Like, and there's actually in 2008 when when an English school collapsed. We're gonna sign off now. Paolo's going back home, and I got to go to another meeting. So I'm going to say goodbye. But Paolo, do you have another video coming?
Yeah, I just did a video on, so it comes out this Saturday.
Nagoya.
Yeah.
Paolo from Tokyo, Nagoya. Very cool. And I have a video on scuba diving in Ogasawara coming out this weekend. It's a long time coming. Yeah, from the depths, 40 meters underneath. Watching this live stream, link in the description to Paolo's channel. There'll be another live stream sooner or later. Paolo, thank you so much, buddy, for making the time.
Hold on, there you go.
There you go. You brace up two YouTubers. What could be better than that? Have a good day, good night, wherever you are in the world. See you next time.
Bye.
Enjoy the next 20 seconds as we walk this way. And subscribe.